For thousands of years, the Estani Empire has been a crowning jewel amongst the Ortalis Isles. It stands as the pinnacle of progress, through the creation of Karna, the fusion of technology and magic. Karna provided airships, communicators, and other magical devices across the world. The Empire is run by a group of high elves, but the society is welcome to all manner of humanoids. The first district is an enterprise of workers, nobles, business, and commerce. The second district is a large and spread out amongst the sylvan woods. While the forest itself has become a home to many towns and villages, there are many secrets between the leaves. The third district has very few towns and only outposts. Its open plains provide little shelter for dangerous creatures, and the slums of the third district are often riddled by attacks. When the Eternal War began, they erected walls infused with a shield Karna to prevent the chaos from spreading within the first district. Beep. The Oracle Province had started as a branch of the Estani Empire, though over the centuries and change in leadership, they split entirely and founded their own empire. This tropical oasis in the desert is shielded from the desert by the same shield Karna used in the Estani's walls. Unfortunately, the diplomacy of the Oracle Province was lost. Over time, it became led by an oppressive regime, and all districts other than the first have suffered. The second and third district are sparse in comparison to the sylvan woods. The unending desert storm prevents large towns from forming, only outposts and small villages behind shielding rock formations. Not much is known of the Zentasi Empire. The Nixlands were once an open ocean until a severe winter crossed Ortalis. Sediment kicked up from the ocean and froze in the waves, making huge mountain ranges in the far north. From these frozen caverns, a landmass formed and was eventually populated. The Zentasi Empire was considered the oldest kingdom in Ortalis. Because of its harsh climate, it only hosts one district. At the start of the Eternal War, the borders of Zentasi closed off to protect their people from potential invaders. There are, however, hidden caverns that connect to a tunneling system that spans across the Nixlands. The Gullah Union. While the Zentasi Empire felt isolation was best for preservation, the Gullah Union believed their religious beliefs and customs should be shared with the world. Defectors of the empire and devout members of the Church of Ericta formed a new kingdom across the Nixlands. They hoped to be closer to the Estani Empire to spread their religious beliefs. For a time it worked, but when the first calamity began, the Church of Ericta was put into question. The Eternal War was brought to their doors, and the Gullah Union became a target for invasion. While it remains the capital for religious study and practice, it is often oppressed by militant forces. Amidst the rough climate of the Saxon Desert stands a new kingdom that rose in power after the first calamity. The Aspero domain started as a group of warriors who lusted for blood. They took pride in their inability to die and banded together to start a kingdom of warriors and take over the Estani Empire and the Oracle Province. Positioned between both, but shrouded by the hills and sandstorm, the kingdom took over a port town and grew into the merciless Aspero domain. Its nobility are known as the Blades, and they often host bouts in their Colosseum. Not much is known about the Aeonics. In fact, no one knows when it even came into existence. Shortly after the invention of Karna, airships were created, and for the first time, the world was visible from a bird's eye view. Explorers found an island far off the coast of the Sylvan Woods. Trying to venture to this island, however, yielded difficulties. A strange barrier of magic, invisible to the naked eye, shielded the island. Ships flew or sailed straight for the island, but would find themselves turned around and headed back to the mainland. It was forgotten about until the Eternal War. Something from the first calamity tore through their barrier, allowing entry for the first time, perhaps ever. Unfortunately for the rest of the world, it also allowed things out. Residents of the Aeonics are mystical in nature, as is necessary for the horrors that exist upon that island. The Corsal Metropolis. The Tenebrea, once a beloved location known for all of its peaceful wildlands and generosity, it was known as a haven to visit, with only one kingdom, the Corsal Metropolis, that shared its amazing food and treasures with the world. Rumor has it, the source of the crystals, abundant across Tenebrea, were harvested and traded to the Estani Empire to engineer Karna. However, after the first calamity, the island began to die. Volcanic fissures in the land slowly covered the haven with soot, crag, and danger. Creatures from other realms made residence upon this desolate land. When the third calamity came to Ortalis, it landed directly over Tenebrea. Islands lifted off the ground by unknown forces, and a mystical firmament formed protecting the islands. The rest of the Corsal Metropolis was left to rot, for anyone who ventured toward the islands was immediately afflicted by the fervor.